Alright kids, welcome back to the shop. We're going to work on the Suzuki today, the oil pump. This is the old one. Remember, it was sticking. This is the spare one I have. We're going to put this on. We have to install this. We have to put the oil tank back on, and then we have to bleed the system. In order to bleed the system, we have to start the bike up. The other thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to pull that exhaust off just to see if there's any residual oil in it. All right, kids, we're back to the bike. Okay, kids, we're going to take a peek at this exhaust. It's been a while. I have a measuring cup. Let's hope there's nothing in it. But I'm thinking, wow, look how much. That's an awful lot. I didn't want to have to put a drain plug in, but I might have to. That's an ounce. That's a lot of stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to try to film this the best I can, but I got to fill the tank up with some two-stroke oil, and I have to prime the pump. Now, if you remember from the other videos, we are pre-mixing the fuel with the oil. So therefore, we do not need this line to inject any oil. It might a little bit. We do need this one to inject oil. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to fire the bike up, and you advance the pump this way manually. We'll see oil come through here, and we'll say air lines also air, and we will bleed it so we only get oil. We're going to get a little bit of air in this. I don't want any oil, but I'm sure there's going to be a little bit going in to the fuel mixture, which shouldn't matter. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is, because we're mixing the oil with the fuel, that means the cylinder and the crank's going to get lubricated from the fuel and the oil mixture. It's also going to get lubricated through this one, which would be the crank, and that also mixes with the fuel. We're going to leave this disconnected. So this will be at the lowest setting. This will be set at idle. So when the bike's idling, when the bike is running, it'll be putting oil into the crank like it's idling. So even if we increase the throttle, it's not going to increase the oil. That's not going to cause an issue because we have the fuel and the oil mixed already. I sure hope that makes sense. Okay guys, I had a hard time manually priming it, so what I ended up doing was I hooked this up to here and I went for a ride. You guys were with me, so that means as we were riding we were actually priming the system. And I know it's hard to see here, but you can see this is primed with oil, and then this one, see the little air bubbles in there? So this one isn't, and this is for the fuel mixture, so we don't want this one primed. If it spits some oil in, it's not a big deal. This one we want to have oil, and for now I'm going to leave it disconnected so it'll always pump oil in the idling stage, even if it's full throttle. So it'll always be spitting some oil in there. I think that'll be just fine. So this is a success. The next video is we're gonna have to put a drain plug in here, which I didn't want to do. You can still see there's a lot of oil spitting out. That, and we have to weld the silencer. But other than that, this thing's running really good. Brakes work. Has decent throttle response. I'd like to take it in the woods, take it for a little spin. All right, guys, thanks for watching.